talk about that now because it's another day, another tariff bomb threat. And when it comes to the deadline, now seems to have shifted again. This is not happening for the first time now. When it comes to the deadline initially that was set from the 1st of August, which is today, seems to have now shifted a week later, that is from the 7th of August. Now, this is a confirmation that is coming in from the White House saying that the deadline shift has now been expanded because there are multiple countries who seem to be in talks and negotiations with the United States. And here is Donald Trump again moving the goalpost. Where is it now another bid to negotiate with other countries, because this seems to be another dose of uncertainty when it comes to the tariff bomb that he has dropped. Let's get in a word from Srinjoy. Srinjoy, good morning. Not happening for the first time. As we have been saying all along, there have been several back and forths, and they seem to be undecided. 1st of August or 7th of August?
Well, when Donald Trump first spoke about tariffs and 25% tariffs, we wondered if this were an opening gambit or not. And it is now clear that it was. 25% was the opening gambit. After which he has said that, okay, we will negotiate. And then he has said that, okay, we have 7 more days to negotiate. So this is also just the beginning. It is never a bottom line when he comes up with a number or a figure. So this is a position from which India and America can negotiate. We know that there is a team coming in August and later this month, and they and India will sit down and work things out. So this is how Donald Trump is. He comes up with a threat, literally, and we have to imagine that this is not the bottom line. This is just the first throw of the dice. So the actual negotiations will actually happen now. From the 25% and the penalty that he has spoken of, the negotiations will begin. This is an old Donald Trump tactic, according to Americans who have dealt with him.
Well, right from the Liberation Day to it is now when it comes to the 1st of August already, and the deadline has now been shifted to the 7th of August. And now this is coming at a time when Trump has signed the order imposing new tariffs on at least 68 countries and the European Union, and the start date of, punishing import taxes that was pushed back now to 7 days so that the tariff schedule could be updated. As Srinjoy continues to be with us, we also talk about the White House, which has now made a big claim, saying that nearly 200 nations have reached out to the United States, saying that key partners are to be prioritized, and their trade team seems to be working on 24/7 mode as there are more executive orders that are now expected to happen. This is coming in from the press secretary there of the White House, who seems to be suggesting that over 200 countries are now in touch with the United States.
Upwards of 200 countries around the world have reached out to the trade and tariff team. Of course, as I said previously, and the president said, we're going to prioritize our key trading partners, which we have done. Like I said, of the 18, 2/3 of those we have cut these tailor-made deals with. But I do know that the trade team has been working around the clock to try to be in correspondence with as many countries as possible. But if they haven't heard from us yet, they will in the form of a letter or an executive order by midnight tonight.
Well, Srinjoy, more executive orders to be signed. Is this pressure politics?
Yes, it is. This time, we have to admit that Donald Trump has signed more executive orders in his first 200 days of office than any other president in U.S. history. And many of them relate to this tariff issue. And we will have to see after a year, after 6 months, where it has taken the U.S. economy. Because generally speaking, the U.S. economy as of now is in good shape, in very good shape, better shape than expected. But the question is, have the blows from the tariffs actually come in? Now, if they have, then Trump has actually reinvented economics. But if it hasn't, then the people of America people who voted for him will be in bad shape.
Absolutely. As far as, Indian economy is concerned, and Donald Trump, who initially was of the opinion that he and the Prime Minister are friends, India is a friend, trade talks are happening, negotiations are taking place, then immediately he seems to be condemning India. Why? Because he believes that India apparently, according to him, is a dead economy. But immediately there was a response that came in from the government of India in Parliament. It was Union Minister Piyush Goyal who seems to be hitting back, saying that irrespective of what Donald Trump or the world leaders seem to be suggesting, India is actually the fastest growing economies of the world. Top 5, currently number 4, rising to number 3.
यह भी अपेक्षित है कि हम कुछ ही वर्षों में तीसरी सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बन जाएंगे। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संस्थाएं और अर्थशास्त्री भारत को वैश्विक अर्थव्यवस्था में एक ब्राइट स्पॉट के रूप में देखते हैं।
Well, the union minister's response came in hours after Donald Trump, who called India a dead economy. He said that I don't care what India does with Russia. They can take their dead economies down together for all I care. But there has been several shifts in the stance and the statements that have been coming in from the President of the United States.